Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Vegas Gig Life. It is you know who, the delivery whiz of Las Vegas. We are coming at you from Las Vegas, Nevada. It is Wednesday, June 26th. It has been a lovely day and a fine evening, although it's been pretty freaking hot here for the last couple weeks. But that is our summer/winter here. I don't mind it. A lot of people hate it. Maybe I need to live here a couple more years because it's only been 4.5, 5. And maybe after 10 or 15, maybe I'll get tired of the summer here. But it's nothing that a dip in my pool can't take care of. Anyhow, you're not here to hear that nonsense. What you're here for is some gig economy content and some ride along with the whiz. Two things to get started with. First, there was someone who commented on my channel about a month and a half ago, maybe less, and he asked me, Wiz, how did you get 25, 26K subscribers when you only get 15 viewers per episode? I took that as a dig, like, come on, man, I am a small channel. I'm trying my hardest to grow, but there's no reason to put it out there like that. I answered him simply by saying, it's an ancient Chinese secret. Sorry, but I just want you guys to know, when you do your homework and you want to do something like get started on a YouTube channel, what you do is you look and see what is a formula of success. Yes, I said formula of success for YouTube. There is plenty of content out there for tips and tricks, how to build an audience. I'm just going to say the gig economy niche is not a huge audience, and there's a lot of gig tubers out there, so there's very little content, in my opinion, with way too many viewers, but that's okay. I'm carving myself out a niche, and anyhow, if you want to know how I did it, I'm going to tell you, and if you're watching, sir, whoever you are that made the comment, shorts. Create YouTube shorts. If you go and look at my shorts channel, you'll see that I have a lot of shorts. I've had to actually delete a few because they were dubbed reuse content, but I also have some that have gotten, 4 to 10 million views, quite a few of them. And that's how I got all the subscribers, and that's how I finally got monetized. And I'm going to tell you to do the same thing. Second thing, last night on an Instacart batch at Albertsons up in Centennial Hills, I ran into my first viewer who actually watches my content. He came up to me and he said, do you have a YouTube channel? I said, yes. He goes, are you the delivery whiz? I said, I am. He introduced himself, Daryl. It was a pleasure to meet you, sir. I hope you don't mind I mention you by name, but I'm the only one who met you. Nobody else is going to know exactly who you are, but I do apologize as well because I was on a 2-batch Instacart offer and 2 people were messaging me about replacements for medicine that Albertsons didn't have. And I was trying to take care of that and get that taken care of. Otherwise, I wouldn't have minded chatting it up with you for a little bit longer. Maybe next time, sir. Very pleasure to meet you again. Now, we had just completed a 6-item, 10-unit batch for Instacart from Walgreens, 1.5 miles. We just finished that. It was $9.50. Now we got a $31 batch for 17 items from Smith, which is right here to my right. And then we're going to do some DoorDash because we dropped down from 103, as you last saw, down to 94 yesterday. And I was also doing that when I ran into Daryl, was trying to get 6 to get back up to platinum. And we got 7, and lo and behold, no, I'm sorry, 6. We got to 100, got platinum status back, and I didn't do any the next day. So we have it for this evening. I would like to try to do 3 to 5 or whatever is going to pay the most, because at the end of the day, we've tried this hashtag platinum sucks for over a month, sacrificing money for content, but now we got to get back to let's make the most money for you guys and well as for me guys. And so that's what the plan is for tonight. I probably won't do the regular type of layout. I'll probably just summarize after this and show screenshots of everything that I did, add it up, and give some commentary or whatnot. Change it up a little bit and see how you guys like that. Anyhow, Smith's, 17 items, $31. You can't pass these batches up. No water either. Stay tuned. We'll be back soon with whatever the evening takes us. And here we are, finally wrapping up this evening, Wednesday, June 26th. It is 10:30 p.m. and we did all kinds of stuff tonight. With that said, let's recap what happened this evening for the Wiz. Last we left off, I had gotten a $31 and some change, 17 item, 20 whatever, 17 item, 23 unit, I think, or something like that, batch from Smith's with a huge tip on it for 1.5 miles. And I was only like 1.5 miles from that Smith's when I dropped off the previous order from Instacart, which was a Walgreens. It took us about 45 minutes or so from start to finish. And that's when things start to get interesting, or maybe not so interesting. But we are going to use my phone as a prop tonight. I try to memorize a lot of this stuff for all you guys, but tonight is just way too much, and my shoulder here is still bothering me a little bit. And let's dive right in on what took place after we dropped off the Smiths. And thank you very much for the nice tip. We did have to make some substitutions, and we went out of our way to communicate with this customer because they appreciate us, we appreciate them. So right after that, we got a Habitat burger. I don't have a screenshot for that. It was $4 and some change for like 4.5, 5 miles. I wanted to get DoorDash going, and I wanted to get 3 to 5 orders tonight for that, so tomorrow I could still have platinum. So that was not a platinum offer, and I will try to scrape up a screenshot for that. If I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. But while we pulled up to Habitat, about a half a block away is Dash Mart. And if you work the Centennial Zone, you will get hit with some horrendous Dash Mart offers. 10, 15 miles I've seen, 9 miles I feel like is the average for this Dash Mart location. With that said, they threw this up on us right here, $3.25 for 6.3 miles, and we did this right after that. That's right, you see it. We declined, and we were at 83%, and it said we weren't going to drop for declining that one, so we declined. But look at the map on that one, how far southeast it was going to take us. The other drop off was like 1 mile, and then you want me to drive the rest of the way for like chump change. No. Then from that, they tried to stack on this Dash Mart right afterwards, $4 for 6.5 miles going northeast out of the zone. I'm telling you, look at that pin. Look at that destination of that black house. That is way out of the Centennial Zone. And there we hit the old decline. There we dropped from 83 to 82%. Boo-hoo. And here is the Habitat Grill finishing one, $4, $2.50, $1.50 tip. And it was 4.2, 4.5 miles. So, you know, I said I took some garbage, and I'm always going to be transparent with everybody because I'm trying to show you how bad #platinum sucks, and it doesn't do me any good to fabricate all this stuff. So after that, we got this Dash Mart because we were close by the Dash Mart, $7.75 for 8.3 miles, all the way back across the zone to the mountain. Nothing there. You'll see in the next shot. But I took it because I knew I could get there in a short amount of time, and I could switch zones there and go into the Summerlin zone. That was the plan. Here is the final of that. It was a $4 tip. Thank you very much. And it didn't, you know, and I stopped and got some soda along the way and whatnot. And as you see here, there is a screenshot of where I was after I dropped off that Dash Mart. And look, I am so far away from everything in Centennial. That is that is the southwest corner of that zone. There is a few things there, but they draw a goofy line and you can't get anything there unless you switch to Summerlin. So that is why Dash Now is pretty handy on some of these borders, because if you want to jump back and forth, it's easy. And if you don't have Dash Now, you can't. So, you know, I know I say #platinum sucks, but the ability to be able to Dash Now is huge, but we have to weigh our things here sometimes. Is it good enough with these bad offers to keep? I don't think so. And I don't know how much longer I can do this for you guys. Multi-apping is definitely a good solution for this. As you see, that's what I did tonight because we're not done yet. All right, right after that, we got this Papa John's, $3.75 for 6 miles. Oh my God. And you're like, Wiz, why would you take that? I'm going to tell you why sometimes I take these pizza offers. I noticed where it was going. That's a very nice neighborhood. And some people still, like me, believe in tipping in cash. And sure enough, when I got there, I couldn't get in. I had to call the guy for the gate code. And he goes, here, stay on the phone with me. Make sure there's money there on the bench. And when I got there, there was no money on the bench. He had his daughter come out and give me a 10 spot. So we got 10 cash for this one. So it was $13.75 for 6 miles. Well worth it. And the pizza was ready when we got there. So it's all good. Right after that, they hammered us with this horrendous Popeyes, $6, 2 deliveries, 5.6 miles. We declined. And then right after that, guess what? Bam! $7.25 for original Tommy's hamburgers, 14.3 miles. Look at that, 14.3 miles for $7.25. I will say it was all along 215. You could do 75 miles an hour, but out of the zone, way east, not doing it, decline. And I suggest you decline too. Then, right after that, guess what it is? Dash Mart, $4.75 for 9.3 miles going east. Not quite as far east as that Tommy's, but out of the zone. You see it's past that word Aliante. That is like the border for the Centennial Zone. Aliante Resort and Casino there. Aliante Parkway. If you guys are from here, you know what I'm talking about then. But that was a big no decline as well. Right after that, we did get a $4.75 for a $1.25, a mile and a quarter McDonald's. And you're going to say, why didn't you take this, Wiz? Because I did decline it. So decline. I look at the pin and it was going to the Centennial Hospital. A lot of times they want you to bring it up to the 3rd, 4th, 5th floor, and it's not worth the $4.75 because it takes another 10 minutes or more to walk through the hospital. The other reason I declined it is because we were on this Uber Eats. We grabbed an Uber Eats. It was from somewhere along the way. I'm missing an Uber Eats too, because we grabbed an Uber Eats from the Great Mediterranean Grill that was $7.67, as you can see from up here, for 6 miles. And that is because I think I did not have anything after, no, right. So after the Papa John's pizza delivery, after the 3 declines of DoorDash, then we got the Uber Eats for that, and that's what we took. And we were on that and halfway there too, plus it was inside the hospital. I didn't want to take that. So after we dropped off the Great Mediterranean, we got a BJ's Brew House, and then we dropped off the BJ's Brew House. We got a DoorDash going from 7-Eleven for a mile for a pack of smokes, and then after we got the pack of smokes, we got a Rosati's Pizza going 12 miles for 12 bucks or so, coming back down to where I live, Cheyenne and Durango. I mean, not Cheyenne, Durango, Cheyenne and 215 area. So then I could just drive home, and that is where we are. Right now we're in Smiths, the corner of Lake Mead and Rampart. Gonna grab some food and, you know, figured I'd wrap up the video here. And just like that, it's the end of today's video. I just want to sum it up by I set out to do just DoorDash when I have Platinum because I can dash now. But as you can see, every offer that I got tonight was only one Platinum offer, and that was the McDonald's for a mile and a half for 4 bucks. I mean, that is just atrocious. We cannot survive as drivers with this new Platinum Rewards tier program. The old way was way better. We can't take any time off, and if you do, you got to stack up a bunch of deliveries. Like, you got to go out one weekend and do like 50 so you don't lose your Platinum status. Anyhow, I am on board with hashtag Platinum Sucks. If you are on board, please leave a comment below that says hashtag Platinum Sucks and join me in the movement to get it back to the old system where you can do 100 deliveries in a month and then you have Top Dasher or Dash Now for 30 days worry-free. This day-to-day stuff is for the birds. I can't do it much longer, and I don't suggest you guys do it either unless all of a sudden the offers change, which means people are going to have to tip on their end, and DoorDash is going to have to up the base pay. So that is another thing. Hashtag up base pay. DoorDash, you have to. We can't survive in this economy with the inflation the way it is and all the stuff. It's undoable with electricity costs, gas costs, insurance costs, maintenance on your car. It's brutal. And these people think that it's a privilege that they can just get delivery. Anyhow, I'm not going to rant about that right now. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please leave a thumbs up for the Wiz if you did. Get me in the algorithm. And as always, if you haven't already hit that subscribe button, go ahead and hit that for me. And you know, decline the Tommy's burgers for 14 miles for $7 or whatever nonsense that was. I'm not going to do that stuff. I suggest you don't do that nonsense. So say it with the Wiz. Just don't do it. See you next time.